Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a bonus reading for the sign of Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Leo, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram, and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Leo, I hope that you're doing well. This reading is all about the person on your mind. So whoever it is that is maybe preoccupying your thoughts as of late, we shall see. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. The first one for the overall energy from the Human Spirit Oracle, and the tarot will be the Pulp Tarot, which is always a fun deck to use. Cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for Leo, please? It's kind of a big deck, but the cards, I can usually shuffle it, but the cards feel very sloppy. I don't know, and Spirit wanted me to point that out to you. So I don't know if the person on your mind is kind of sloppy with their behavior. They maybe with their physical environment, with their behavior, with their words. You got number 25. 25 reduces to a 7, which is the Chariot card in the Major Arcana. It corresponds to Cancer energy. Chariot card talks about fast movement forward, victory. You could have prominent Cancer placements in your chart, or your person could be a Cancer. And the card is Make a Wish. Make a wish. So I'm very drawn to the dandelions here as well. Dandelions, it's kind of like casting something out onto the wind, allowing it to be carried on the wind. It's very funny. I had one of my coworkers, he has a middle schooler who just had a graduation, and I was telling him a story the other day that at my middle school graduation, so you're kind of like 13, 14, we were made to sing a very specific song, Bette Midler's Wind Beneath My Wings. And we sang that song at graduation, and the teachers gave us all white roses. And as we were singing the song as middle schoolers, we walked out into the audience and found our parent and gave them the white rose. And it was all very cheesy and very touching. My mom cried, and I was recounting this story to him, my coworker, and talking about the wind beneath my wings. And for some reason, that is showing up in this reading. Did you ever know that you're my hero? You're everything I wish I could be. I could fly higher than an eagle because you are the wind beneath my wings. So I don't know, this could be somebody you really deeply admire, somebody you love very much. That sloppiness aspect is not going away though. There could be something, they could have made a mistake, or, you know, they could be, sometimes we're at points in our lives where we need help. I'm feeling that we need help, we need guidance, a helping hand, somebody to tell us it's going to be okay, somebody to be by our side through a rough patch. So if it's not a physical sloppiness, it just could be, you know, maybe they're having some kind of issues with, I don't know, memory, and, you know, it's not their intention to forget things, but maybe they've become forgetful. I'm, I'm in my late 40s and going through like perimenopause, right? As many women are. And one of the aspects of perimenopause that you just don't understand or can even help is that you become forgetful. You try not to be. It's not your intention to forget things, but sometimes we can be forgetful. And so if I'm not writing things down, it's just, it might come to me a couple days later, but like it's a struggle sometimes. So whatever this is, I do feel as though it's like you're wanting to find a fast solution, because then that chariot energy is riling up in my mind. You're wanting to find a way to kind of allow this person to, Spirit just said, regain their dignity. I don't know who this is talking about in your life. Some person is going to come to your mind. That's the person that you should stick with through this reading. If this describes somebody in your life, that's the person that Spirit is speaking to or speaking about. A person that's fallen on hard times, or what you perceive as hard times. Or it's just, a friend that's a little lost, and you're in the position to offer them friendship or solace. Okay, so I'm going to pull 3 cards for the base spread, 3 cards for clarifier. The first pile will be who they are. The second pile will be your relationship or your role to them, your role in their life. And then the third pile will be the lessons behind this connection. All right, so, okay, yeah, right away. Right away, Devil card popped out, okay? It doesn't have to be like a terrible thing. It's just showing me the struggle. It's showing me this. Yes, it's showing me the struggle. Okay. 6 cards out on the table, first 2 cards. Number 15, Major Arcana, the Devil card. This is Capricorn energy. This person could be a Capricorn or have Capricorn placements. Devil is really annoying, okay? Like, everybody goes through the Major Arcana in terms of the archetypes of experience. That's what the tarot is all about. The Fool's journey, and going through these different phases of experience and becoming conscious and aware of things. Everyone goes through the Devil energy at some point. It's self-doubt, addiction, codependency, negative self-talk, like obsession, getting carried away with ourselves, right? It's all kind of sticky. It's sticky energy, and that's what the Devil represents in the tarot. And it shows me this is who they are, right? So they could be a Capricorn, but it kind of just shows me that they're in a cycle of repeat that they can't really step out of. It's like they're on the hamster wheel and they don't have any way to step off. It's almost like it's moving too fast. The Spirit's showing me what they're actually showing me is not a hamster wheel, but one of those cat wheels. Cats don't figure it out, right? If they just walked at a normal pace, you could get some nice exercise in. But then they start to trot, and then the thing goes faster, then they have to keep up with it, and it kind of runs away from them. The wheel actually spins so fast that it outpaces what the cat can do, and then they end up like getting tired and like flipping off in some epic form. And I just see that your person is kind of dealing with that right now. It's clarified by the 7 of Swords. And look at these 2 cards together, right? This is your person. Now, the energy that I'm picking up on is sweetness, right? Sweetness, just innocence, right? Which is, I don't know, the antithesis of the Devil, right? But this is what I'm just conveying the message. It's almost as if the Spirit just said the word limerence, okay? Like if somebody became enmeshed or entranced by a romantic interest and then lost themselves, right? It doesn't mean that they're not a good person. It's just that, you know, if that person ran away from them, rejected them, it could cause your person to kind of spiral. And, you know, love makes people do crazy things, right? We've heard that expression before. This is just an example of how both things can be true. You can have a person here that is of very high integrity, but has maybe lost their way a little bit, right? Seven of Swords. Swords is air energy, the air element represented in the tarot. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Seven of Swords can talk about using very high strategy to accomplish a goal without causing a lot of fanfare or attention to be drawn to you. It's almost like you're trying to get away with something. Or can also represent procrastination. Procrastination. You can see here, right, the character in the Seven of Swords looks like she's, you know, breaking into some kind of vault and taking out something really important, looking over her shoulder, strangely looking over her shoulder at the devil, right? There's something of value contained therein. I mean, if it's a matter of somebody was down and out and they had to borrow money, gamble, right? There's something, it's, you know, I don't feel like it's necessarily part of their MO. It's not something that they would normally do, but what is it? Desperate times equal desperate measures. They're not in a good spot, Leo. They're not in a good spot at all. Now, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as what I'm, you know, just had gambling money or whatever. I mean, these are people's lives. This is what happens, right? We all have our vices. We all have our shortcomings. We all have our devils to deal with. So there's no judgment here. It's just how I'm reading the cards. It doesn't have to be that divisive, but it's this sense that somebody is trapped in a cycle of negative repeat, and they're trying to find the quick and easy, quick and dirty way to get out of it, which might not yield the best result. And you can see this. You can see it. I'm going to ask for clarifiers. 2 clarifiers came out. Wow. The Lover's card, number 6 of the Major Arcana, Gemini energy, and the 4 of Pentacles. So what's amazing, I mean, just from a tarot perspective, it's pretty synchronous. Why? Because, well, number 15, 1 and 5 is 6. But also specifically, the devil traps the lovers, like in the hellish landscape, right? Can also talk about like the divine masculine, divine feminine within the self. Lover's card is typically a really beautiful energy, talking about divine partnership, divine union, open heart chakra, tending towards things that we love, right? And I did mention something about like limerence, and limerence is this concept where you kind of attach to a person, a romantic interest, or somebody that later becomes like an obsession. And then it's the 4 of Pentacles behind it. And Lovers is also known as a choice card, making decisions. You could see here, Spirit wants me to point out the snake and the cherub. It's very bizarre. You know, it's like Tarzan and Jane. That could be something you used to watch as a kid, Tarzan and Jane. The story of the Adam and Eve is very complex in terms of symbolism. You know, who is really at fault here? We know who gets faulted, but who is really at fault, right? This is what your person could be saying. It's not my fault. Four of Pentacles, right? This person is in quicksand. And the thing that they want to hold on to most is money in their hand in this depiction. Four of Pentacles can talk about shrewdness, being very stingy, miserly. Like, your person really feels that they are, I think your person feels that right now, at least, they don't have any way out. I feel this panic. Not great, Leo. Not great for your person. You see it all. You see it all. Your role in their life. Complex. Five of Wands in the reverse. Five of Wands in the upright. The five energy is one that causes us to be in the space of in between. I call it like bardo energy or limbo energy, where we're having to kind of shuffle and struggle through something to get to the next step. In this card, the Five of Wands, all of these characters are kind of training for battle. It's like they're really heavily into it, but it represents a training for battle. Oftentimes when I see the Five of Wands, I always see all five of these characters, no matter how they're depicted, as aspects within ourselves, like fighting with ourselves to get to the top, to accomplish something, to move past struggle. We're just fighting, right? It's a sense of self-sabotage and working through that fear of self-sabotage, like working through anything that would stop us from attaining that Six of Wands, which is victory and success. You got this card in reverse, right? So this sense of fighting, it's almost as if in relation to your person, you're not interested. One, you're not interested in fighting, and two, you're not interested in having to solve everything. And I think at one time you probably were. I think at one time, like, let's say this is a best friend. You, and I have definitely been in this position where you're just watching your best friend, your close relative, whatever, and they're just, you tell them all the advice that you can. You lend them a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, what have you, and they just are careening into the brick wall. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. So, I see somebody just going like this. At some point, you have to reconcile that fact for yourself and realize that you can't save somebody who is not willing to save themselves, help themselves. You can be there for them to a certain extent, but like right now, you're just like, not interested in having this struggle. I'm not interested. No, thank you. But it's complicated, right? Six of Swords in the reverse. Six of Swords in the upright. Swords energy, again, air energy. Six of Swords talks about moving from a chaotic situation to something that makes a little bit more sense. Something that's a little calmer, something that we can work with. Circumstances that bode well for success. Right? Moving, this is a movement energy. A movement of thought, right? The mindset of, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And I want to move on from that, but you got this card in reverse, so it kind of tells me it's like you've put your foot down. I'm not entertaining whatever mess this is. Maybe I love you very much, but like, you need to get yourself together. It's not that you're not capable of it. You are capable, but you have to get yourself together, and I know that it's hard. I've offered you my help in the past. You didn't take it. I'm not going to continue to offer it. But it puts you in this position where things feel unfinished. I mean, you're definitely a sign that just wants to kind of blaze that trail and get in there and, in a sense, go be the hero. And this is difficult for you to just step back and just say, I can't. I want to. I know how. I can help you. I can figure this out for you, but I can't. I can't live your life for you. I can't figure this out for you. I've told you everything that you could possibly do. We've brainstormed this together. We've tried to figure it out together, but you don't move. You stay stuck. And if I'm not careful, I'll stay stuck too. Can I get a clarifier? Ten of Swords, yeah. I mean, you don't like this. It's almost like tough love. Ten of Swords. Beaten down. Mentally, emotionally, just flattened, I'm at my wit's end. I've overthought this to the point of exhaustion. I'm tired. I love my friend, I love my counterpart, I love my family member, I love my whoever. They're exhausting me. I don't have anything left for them with regards to this situation. I'm not suggesting that you're abandoning anybody or that you should. You have free will, you do what you want. Just reading the energy. I mean, maybe this make-a-wish is just like, I wish things were different. And that could be something that you're giving up to spirit. You're praying to spirit right now, like on the wind. That did you ever know that you're my hero? Maybe this is something that they're saying to you. Well, actually, I see a scenario where your person is saying it in response to somebody else in their life, like a parent. They could have lost a parent or have some kind of trauma with a parent that, is not with us anymore. This is all before you come to this reading, right? That there's something that they're grieving, and it's just caused them to kind of spiral, right? And you understand all of it. The Ten of Swords, no matter what, 10 swords, it's like 10 swords of epiphany, 10 swords of knowledge and information that you're processing. You see all of it. All of it. And it breaks your heart, in a way. And so the lesson of this connection, Three of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Pentacles talks about collaboration and co-creation. Right? Let's figure this out together energy. And the lesson for you, it feels a little karmic. It's clarified by the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is your energy, Leo. Just like racing in. Knight of Wands, I'm here, I'm ready to fix things, I'm ready to do things, I'm ready to be there. And it's just like, no. We're not racing towards anything. Because racing towards it might be like racing towards oblivion, is what Spirit just said. It's not that Spirit thinks that, it's that Spirit is giving me that message as to what you might possibly be thinking. Like, that is just the sinking ship. And maybe the ship has to sink a little bit so that that person can swim to the surface. Like, if you're constantly catching somebody, what is that called? Enabling. And so Spirit is saying, I'm not telling you to abandon anybody, and that's not what Spirit is saying, but I feel that this is you making a conscious choice to just step away for a moment and allow your person to figure out their own stuff. You cannot fix it for them, and that's okay. That's the lesson. That's your lesson. And like some of you might have difficulty with that. It's like not in your nature to not help somebody. But that can be part of the lesson. I have a final word of advice from Spirit. Four of Swords in the reverse. It's almost like you've taken some time out to contemplate this. It's like been breaking your heart a little bit. You've been it's a time out from maybe this person, but when the Four of Swords is in the reverse, this is Spirit's advice. It's just kind of like, don't let this impede your own path. You have your own path and your own life to live, and just give this person some space to figure out their own stuff and draw boundaries, right? So that you can get out and go accomplish the things that you need to accomplish in life. Thank you, Spirit. It's almost like every time you divert your energy towards this person, you take away energy from yourself. So the advice here is to focus on yourself, right? And allow them to rise to the occasion of their own advancement, their own enlightenment. It's only in those moments when people can really understand how strong they truly are. It's a harsh lesson, but especially if you're an empath, this is the hardest lesson for empaths to learn, and light workers. You can't always save everybody, and it's not necessarily your job to. Your job, first and foremost, is to live the fullest experience that you can for yourself. And by proxy, be loving and generous to others. But it starts with you. So that's your reading, Leo. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, Leo.